Hello, welcome to Retro Toy Princess. I am Allison Troy, and I am here today with Kayla and Johnny from Geek the F Out, who are friends of the channel. I.e., I'm on their channel, they're over here. Like we're friends. We're like unproblematic James Charles and like Colin Ballinger types. So anyway, I think we're unproblematic. I don't know. In 5 years, we might all be doing apology videos for something we said. So whatever. Right now, unproblematic. So Kayla had we'll let her tell the story of her color pencil mishaps on the way here today. I don't want to steal her voice. So really quickly, let's say hello to the chat because we've got people waiting. Hello, Ria. I like to say it both ways, Johnny, because it's not often you get to say a cool name. And there are multiple pronunciations. Oh, yay for overtime, and I hope the money is good. So, and then we've got Chris Plastic. Hello, Chris. Welcome. It's lovely to see you today.
I think he's got a new logo there. That
Does
looks
he?
fancier than it used
Oh
to.
yeah.
I dig
It's
it.
got like it looks like space and stuff, which is cool. Now, Chris will be here with me in a couple weeks for we're gonna color some Supergirl because believe it or not, this year is the 40th anniversary of the Supergirl movie. So
Oh wow.
since I'm the only one who probably cares, I'm doing some Supergirl content next month. Like, you know, what's the point of having your own channel on YouTube if you don't indulge your own geekery? So, Kayla
Exactly.
is grabbing a bagel, I think she said. I
Yeah.
assume it's a bagel. So, really quickly, we'll get soft. We'll do a soft start, and see she's not here to make a crap about a soft start. So, what are you coloring with today, John?
Here I'll switch my. Boom. I've got the tried and true Crayola
Excellent.
50 color pencils.
A hard start is better than a soft start. I'll be right back.
she
We summoned
could not
Kayla.
resist
She could
coming
not.
to make the comment because
Excellent.
she still has her headphones on so she can hear
I'm
us.
coloring with those as well. It's just a fancier box. This
Oh,
is
is
the
that?
one that they send you on Amazon so that you feel like you're coloring with something fancier than Crayolas.
But it is the
Um,
Crayolas.
and I actually got these since you're here, Johnny. I got these because the first live stream I did on a Sunday with a friend was you, and this is what you
Yeah.
colored with, and I had the fancy stuff, and I'm like, I need to get the less fancy stuff and try that out. And also, it's in this silly box that is not actually easy. So you guys will be here today as I bought this pencil case on Amazon.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
I have to say at this point, I am an Amazon affiliate, and if you buy anything from the links, I get a commission. But this is not in the links because I just bought it. I don't know if it's any good. If it's good, I'll throw it in the links. And if anyone needs a pencil case, that's the. But otherwise, I mean, it'll be fine for these. But anyway, so you will also see me sort of as I go along today, putting pencils in here. It's exciting. Welcome to the internet fanciness. Anyhow, let's see. Oh, Alex. Hello, Alex. Let me put your comment up there. There we go. Alex in the house. They are here. It's lovely to see you, Alex. Thanks for making it. I know Alex often works in the evenings, so sometimes Alex delays going to bed in the morning so that they can be here with us. So, um, anyway, it's fun. I'm so grateful because this is my first live stream with the guest back after I took some time off last month. So it was really for my first one back. I really wanted to have Geek the F out because Johnny came on by himself the first time, but it was so Geek the F out because you know it's both of you. So I don't know. It was really important to me for my first live stream back after my vacation, since this month marks 1 year of me making YouTube content. It's really important to have my first guest back, but also one of my favorite channels. And again, in 5 years when we're doing our apology videos, we can all mark that one together.
Yes.
So, we're also obviously calling some Star Trek because that is one of the Trekery Trek is at this point not the like you guys are doing all kinds of stuff over there, but it's still sort of the old dependable right now that's happening every week. And
yeah, it's kind of the flagship. It was the reason the channel started, and it's the only thing we've done consistently every week since we started, because we've done one-offs here, like we did The Flash, we did Barbenheimer, which you came on for.
yeah, that was my actual technically not my first live stream, but it was the first time. Like before that, I was on an episode of Toy Habits to talk Princess of Power that was a pre-record. And then I had done Punk with Toys. His first Thursday, he does that Thursday with a friend. I was his first Thursday with a friend. I think it was because he. Well, I think they were just sort of marveling that there was a lady femme type in their comments, and it wasn't just a sausage fest. And they wanted to verify that I was not an internet troll, which. Technically, but not under a fake name or anything.
Yeah.
I've been known to troll people, but I do it with my own name because I'm sassy. But anyway.
And then we covered Motu, Revolution, and Revelation.
You guys went all out
for
that.
We had Brick on with us for basically every stream. We had Ted Viacelli and Nate Barch came on, which was
was a great episode. I quite enjoyed that.
You were on for some of them too.
I was on one or two of them, I think. It was a week of content for all of us, so I was on a bunch of streams with you guys. But yeah,
you two. And we talked about Dune and various other things. Right now, the big thing, Stranger Things is currently on hold while we do Lost up to the premiere of the Getting Lost documentary.
Edging people.
I've been enjoying because I did not watch Lost when it was on. That was sort of my first. I was going through that hipster phase that some people go through where it's like, I don't watch television. It's so bougie. I only watch stuff on DVD. Also, I was dating this person who was really into Lost, and we were at that point where everything they did annoyed me. So I was like, I'm not gonna.
Isn't that the worst? When just a
person
turns you off from something?
Yeah. And then, like in 2013, and also I fell into that thing around that time where it's like I only wanted to watch shows if I could. This was before Netflix was streaming, for the most part, I think. So I was like every check I would go and buy like a season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and then spend a weekend just watching it. Because I had missed a bunch of episodes when I moved to the Pacific Northwest. So I fell into the binge model really quick. So even now, like I haven't watched like The Acolyte yet, and I was going to on vacation, but then I'm like, yeah, it's almost over now.
The Acolyte?
Yeah, that's it. Hey,
okay.
my southern accent has been in effect because I haven't been doing a lot of live streams. So I've been trying. I have to. I can't quite accomplish the transatlantic accent, but I've been overdoing it so that my southernness doesn't come through. I did a live stream right before I took my break with Aaron, the toy enhancer, and he is from the South, lives in the South, and by the end of it, it was just, you would have thought you'd stumbled into an episode of Hee Haw or some such. So, anyway. So yes, the Acolyte.
I was just making sure there wasn't another show.
Yeah, there's
Just
it's
similar
another
name.
one with it's got more black lesbians in it that straight men find unsexy. So that's the one I want to watch because yeah. Anyway, all right, let's see. Check in with chat. Thanos is here, everyone. I brought your comment up, but I didn't say anything because I'm trying to get better about not interrupting people. So lovely to see you, Thanos. Thank you for popping in and hanging out. Yeah. Well, hello, yesterday's podcast, aka Derek. Oh, very
Hi,
nice.
Derek.
Oh, anyway, so back to Lost, right? So then in 2013, I started watching it, and then my mom died, and I didn't want to do anything. So I stopped watching it. And luckily, it was around the season where, like, the writer's strike happened, so it was kind of bad anyway. So it was a good place to take a break from it because it was so good up until the writer's strike that it was a little disappointing. I was, like, 2 episodes into the writer's strike season, and I was just like, okay, I'm good. And then I picked it up
Yeah,
like a year
season
after
3 is
that and
rough.
just plowed through it because it was pretty much after the writer's strike season, it pretty much took off for me. So also because I did, I knew that people were disappointed with the ending. I was not. I was like, it's just going to be whatever it is. So if you haven't watched Lost, you'll probably be fine with the ending because it's not been built up the same way as it was if you were watching it every week and geeking the F out of it in real time. That was like your first geek show, though, wasn't it, Kayla? Like, because you were a wee one at the time. You were like, what,
Yeah,
12, 13?
I was technically 11 because it came out fall 2004. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I watched, like, there was some reason why I couldn't watch the premiere, even though, like, I'd seen the commercials and I was like, I really want to watch this to my parents. And I think maybe they just wanted to watch it first to make sure it was okay for me to watch.
Yeah.
So we recorded it on a VHS tape, like we did for everything growing up. And I think we watched it like the next day. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the reason or maybe I had some like sports thing going on, but usually it didn't go that late. So I'm guessing my parents just wanted to like watch it first to make sure it was okay for me to watch. But yeah, so watched it like the next day, and yeah, I was definitely hooked. And there are many other times we had to record it. Sometimes we recorded it like while watching it just so I could watch it again. And then literally the whole, like, of course, growing up in a very affluent area, unfortunately, a lot of kids in my class had iPods, and like I didn't really care until the video iPod came out, and I literally made a whole ass like PowerPoint presentation to convince my parents to get it and printed out like all of this paperwork about it. I think because they maybe thought it was like, what iPhones are now. I think that's what they thought it was going to be. And like, they were very strict with me, obviously. And and so finally they got it. I forget if it was in 7th or 8th grade, but like, we've talked about this before. One of the big selling points of the video iPod was that you could buy and download and watch episodes of Lost.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was why I wanted it. Like, that was the only reason why I wanted it. Didn't care before, but wanted it then. But yeah, so I was telling, like, since we just talked about the first half of season 2, Friday night, I've watched season 2 more because I think I must have gotten 7th grade because I watched it. I wanted to rewatch those episodes as the season was going on. So yeah, I've watched season 2 quite a bit. Like, season 1, I've definitely watched a lot since then, but season 2, I definitely watched a lot as well.
My memory as someone who wasn't watching Lost at the time, though, is season 2 is where everybody really got into like the dissecting of the episodes.
Yes.
A
Yes,
lot more than they
definitely.
were with like season 2. And I think you would even what it's been a hectic few weeks. I believe it was on Friday where you were talking about how it was the first, like where the people were going in like freeze framing it to see what was in between the
Mm-hmm.
flashes. That was Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
they
this
wanted to
is
see what was in the smoke monsters flashes, which I was trying to pause it. I was watching on a fairly big screen, and I like still couldn't catch it. So I'm like, these people are crazy.
isn't it
But
crazy
yeah, it's
that
like really where the Easter egg started. And when we talk about the second half of the season, this upcoming Friday, it's like there's an episode. I mean, it's been a while now,
it
but
feels like the
lockdown, the episode lockdown, when the
yeah,
like blast door comes down and you see like all the hatches and the stations, like people went nuts, like dissecting that shit.
right.
It was crazy.
Well, it also seems like that's when all of the like and again, it's been almost 20 years since season 2, right? We're definitely in 20 years since the first season this year. Um, but it also feels like that's when my ex started listening to all of the podcasts. And like he listened to Ralph, he listened to the one with Jay and his dad. I don't remember. I don't remember the one with Jay and his dad. I remember the one with Ralph because Ralph has such a distinctive voice. But I didn't remember it clearly enough
Mm-hmm.
until like within the last year or two when I was like, oh my god. Well, yeah, it was the last year or two. Ralph said something. And I'm like, oh my god. I used to listen to. I keep trying to say watch because YouTube, but I used to listen to that podcast, and not really actively with it because it was more about my ex being into Lost, and we're just like, oh my god, him and his stupid airplane people show. Ugh. The whole time secretly wanting to watch it, but just you can't give people that satisfaction sometimes, And but I don't know. It's been interesting, like because again, I watched it after started right when my mom was having her health stuff, and then finished it afterwards. So it was a really interesting way, especially because of so much of loss being a loss being about loss. Like and people losing things and the loss
Yeah.
of life and family members, and I'm trying to be
And
really
also murdering people.
ambiguous. That too.
Like literally almost we were talking about that on Friday, like almost everyone has murdered someone before they were on the island.
It happened, especially once they're on the island. But even, yeah, like a lot of the backstories people have done murderous things. So I don't know. It's really interesting. Like, and for me, like when I was in high school was when Twin Peaks hit, and I used to record it on VH. I learned how to program a VCR so that I could like record Twin Peaks, and then I would watch it for like the week between episodes and watch it over and over. I had this big notebook, like there's the 3-ring notebooks that have like the folders in them, and I literally it was my case file, and I would buy like any magazine that had Twin Peaks and interviews so that I could just dissect it. And some of what I noticed, I think this is partly also why I sort of held back because I can get obsessive about stuff, and at that time, like getting obsessive about loss would not have been good for where I was. So, but now, oh, really?
Yeah, see, I had the
Hello,
opposite.
Duchess.
It was what helped me a lot going through a lot of shit at that time.
Yeah, that might have helped more, but again, it wouldn't have with loss because literally it would have reminded me of him even more. And
Yeah.
like technically we were dating, but I needed as few reminders of him as I could.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Exactly.
if you're watching,
It's different things to different people.
yeah, if he's watching today, I hope you drop dead, sir. Anyway,
Speaking of death.
I doubt he would. Like,
You never know.
anyway,
Also, I
right?
bought a pencil sharpener.
I do have one ex who watches this, and will every so often send me a message like, "That wasn't me you were referring to," and I'm like, "No, never, never. It's never you, never. That's why you're my ex." Anyway, that joke did not go over well. But whatever.
Oh no! I put a hole
No,
in the paper.
he's one of the good ones. He's one of the ones that it was like 100% I messed up, and this is not gonna work. So
Damn it! I need a new piece. I need to print this
I would
out
only
again.
tell joyful stories of that guy.
Or I'll have a holy Ahura. Hold, please.
Uh-oh. Oh, see, Johnny, you have to finish it just so Chris can drop a gag. That's what, like, if you ever decide to geek the F out on 30 Rock and do a rewatch, I'm there.
Oh my
Let me know.
god.
2 more months for Lost. We'll be done in September. I gotta dump my pencil sharpener.
Or even Parks and Recs, because I really need to go back and celebrate
love
Little
Parks and Rec.
Sebastian. Like, it has been too long.
Bad little Sebastian.
Not
Okay. Print. No,
that.
I don't care. I don't want
Parks
to take
and
the
Rec
tour.
is one of those shows that it's like season one, like the pieces were there, but it wasn't really until season 2 when it like actually became amazing.
Oh yeah, season 1 is
Just like
is
The
definitely
Office.
they didn't find their stride until season 2. Season 1 was okay, but
Well, season 1, it feels like they were still too close to being, because originally it was supposed to be a direct spin-off of The Office. And I think part of the reason season 1 feels really sort of rough at times is because it was still in that, even though they had removed that, it feels like to me anyhow, that there was still some of the roots of that in season 1, and season 2 just took off. Although I don't like Chris Pratt, but I liked him in that. So like, I say that's partly though Aubrey Plaza. Like I think she made him likable for me.
Yeah.
Without her, he's
Okay.
just whatever.
Say goodbye to Holy Ahura.
Somebody was
I
like,
know.
I hope that what's his name? The guy who's doing DC now,
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Someone was like, I hope he gets
Doing
Chris Pratt to
DC.
be Batman. And I'm like, that is the only way you can ever get me to say I would rather have Ben Affleck as Batman as if you get Chris Pratt. I mean, I would rather Val Kilmer come back in his current state of being as Batman than Chris Pratt. So,
Damn. That's how
I'm
you
just
know.
not a fan. I just, something about him. And I mean, recently he and his wife, that Schwarzenegger girl, I know she's a grown woman and she has her own identity. I don't care. They're tearing down like a historical house in LA to build their dream house. And I'm just like, when you guys are divorced in like 4 or 5 months after your dream house and you move, and somebody has, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just, I don't live in LA because one, it's too expensive, but also because the fact that every 15 to 20 years they tear everything down and rebuild it, it's just too much.
Yeah.
And so, anyway.
I just don't like LA because of the people. Which is ironic because one of my best friends lives there.
Well,
but she's not like originally from there, or she's like not trying to get famous there. She just happened to go to school there, and that's where her partner now spouse lives. So and it's already broken. Damn it.
And hello to Bobby Dangerously in chat. Thank you for popping in. And this is the part quickly where I will say Duchess has a great channel. Go check it out. Duchess of Darkness, Bobby Dangerously. That's his channel. He's doing supernatural noir. It's like old film noir, but it's got supernatural elements. So definitely go check it out.
I
if you
love that. I
haven't.
love Supernatural.
And then Chris Plastic, I mentioned earlier, he's going to be on, but he also has a pretty poppin' channel, so go check all
Damn
the
it.
people out, y'all.
I've
I
now
know,
gone
like, I
through
should
3
say
red
poppin',
tips.
but, you know, whatever.
Just
Let's
Yeah,
bring
tips.
poppin' back.
That's the one thing with these pencils is sharpening them is,
It's risky.
yeah, it's
Very
an
risky.
effort.
Risk it
There
to
is
the risk
that,
it.
and then I'm like I'm not at all trying to trash these pencils. They're pretty good. The problem is I printed this on my fanciest cardstock paper, and they are not as good for the cardstock paper. So, if anyone is looking at this, it's not the pencils that suck. It's that I picked snotty bougie paper, forgetting I was going to do the Crayola today. So it's not the pencil. It's me being
You're
stuck
not
up
the
snobby
problem.
bougie.
I mean, I did cardstock too from Staples.
But so okay, and this is where it gets bougie. I've got like 4 different cardstocks, and this one is really nice for Prismacolor because it's really sort of thick, but also almost matte. I have a
I might
really
have no pencil
coarse
left.
cardstock paper it's what I used last time I used these pencils, and that was really like that was perfect for these pencils. So I will when I for those watching it that are here for actual coloring content. I will link the paper that I use that I have good luck with the Crayola with. So because you can't beat the
Good to know.
Crayola pencils price wise. So
Yeah.
um,
I know when I was
Anyway.
getting them, like, oh, these are going to be expensive. And then I was like, oh, because I normally have the same set Johnny has, ironically. But I accidentally put them in a bag that I gave to my parents yesterday, so I no longer have them with me. So 20 minutes before this started, I had to make a run for it. And that's why I was late and eating a bagel. Damn it! Tip number 4.
Just a tip?
Swear to God.
Just the
tip.
tip.
Number 4.
just the tip.
We're just gonna count how many tips I break off.
Most welcome, both of y'all. No, not a problem. I like hyping up. Is that what the kids are saying these days? Hyping up, or is that old slang? Anyway, I like promoting the
No.
channels that I enjoy listening to.
As you should. Johnny, what color are the arm? Are they gold? These things?
Yeah. Like the ribbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gold.
Okay, that's what I
metallic
thought.
gold. So are the Delta shields.
I didn't want to look it up, but I figured it was gold from what I remember. I was just second guessing my life. It's fine. It's fine.
So you guys are almost done with the original Star Trek series, correct?
We're like 2/3 the way, more than 2/3 the way through, right?
Yeah, by episode count, yeah. But we're just this. I think this week's episode is the last episode of season 2.
Yes. Hello, little one. Do you want to come say hi?
So you're that far through. What do you think, Kayla? Have you warmed to it?
It's good. I have someone who wants to steal the show, though. What is going on here? Do you want to sniff the camera? No. Do you want to color? You want to show everyone your cute face? Okay. I still love it. It is very entertaining. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know, just seeing all the different concepts they come up with and like I don't know, the repeat concepts they keep having, and you know, I don't know, like it's been fun. It's been fun to watch, and I still very much enjoy it.
I haven't been keeping up as much as far as rewatching with you as I did in the beginning. Like in the beginning, it's like every week I had the episode. I'm a few behind now.
How dare you?
And I never actually watched much of the original. Like, I would start it and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I can't do it. And for the record, other than Next Generation and Enterprise, that's my experience with all Star Trek. It's like, ugh, I can't. Um, it's just so boring. Anyway,
Gotta watch Strange
sorry,
New
Star Trek
Worlds.
people, but I have enjoyed it through the process of like you watching it and some of your
Mhm.
reactions. But what is
Mhm.
most interesting to me is how TV has changed since the 60s because there's no way like you can make, like you mentioned it on the
Yeah.
last one, how it's like we've seen the story before. It's like just back in the day, that was like you had 5 or 6 screenplays. Everyone was really invested in a particular, like, what if what are we calling the horrible German people? You guys came up with a great word
Oh,
for it.
the
Soupies.
soupies.
The soupies, yeah.
Because
Um,
of the soup
yeah, that
soupy
makes
in
perfect sense. That's,
Seinfeld. Yeah.
yeah, like, and I think I even mentioned in chat, it was like in the 60s, like there was a lot of, what if the soupies won? What would the world look like? And that was a
Yeah.
lot
I
of
mean, there's still
sci-fi did
shows like
that.
that. There was that one on Amazon a couple of years ago too.
Is that the High Castle one?
I think.
The Man in the High
Yeah,
Castle?
that one. It's true.
Yes. But like they were going after all the soupies that were still alive. Is that the same thing? No.
But it's just, I don't know. Like, and that's sort of one of the things. I've tried to watch some of the old stuff from like the 70s and 80s over the last few years, where it's like it was, like 26 episode seasons, and it's like there's a lot of filler. Um, you know, and you couldn't stream back then. So, like if you missed an episode, you didn't necessarily know that, oh, they're doing this again, and reruns
Yeah.
were months later. So you were lucky to I remember being a kid, like Three's Company, when that went into syndication, being excited because I could suddenly rewatch episodes of Three's Company. And it had Suzanne Summers. Because after Suzanne Summers left, that show went to hell.
I don't know why you saying Suzanne Summers reminded me, but rest in peace, Richard Simmons. The
Oh,
world, the world
yeah.
lost him yesterday.
He was a
Yeah.
good guy.
Indeed.
Sweating to the
Someone who
oldies.
genuinely cared about people. Like, although I did used to make fun of him for Dylan Mill. And it's okay because I did Dylan Mill, and so therefore I was qualified to make fun of it because, oh my god, it was like, I can see why it worked for some people though. It just didn't work for me because I'm like, I'll just take another card. It turned into Uno. All right, draw 4. That's good. We're in. Also, Shelley Duvall and
Yeah, they're dropping
what's
like
the other one?
flies.
Shelley Duvall, Dr. Ruth passed. So,
Oh yeah.
hello, Rolanda.
Dr. Ruth.
Thank you for popping it. Yep,
Mhm.
Dr.
That's
Ruth
a name I
also
haven't thought
passed.
about in a while.
So,
Right.
yeah, and again, she's someone who really, like she's a little spicy, but she certainly wanted people to have healthier lives. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just,
Spicy spice.
and Shelley Duvall, like, it's really sort of sad because, Hollywood was not kind to her after a while.
No.
And Kubrick was definitely not kind to her during the making of The Shining. So, anyway. But also, I think all of them were. Well, I think Dr. Ruth was born in like the 30s, but Shelley Duvall and like Richard Simmons were both like in the late 1940s. So it was just kind of getting to that point where it's like we're gonna have over the next 2 or 3 years a few more weeks like this where like a bunch of celebrities from the 70s and 80s leave us because they're getting to that age.
I know.
Yet
It
Moby
is.
still walks among us. One day.
One can dream.
One day. Oh, that reminds me. Oh yeah, also Shannon Doherty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Shannon Doherty was diagnosed a few years ago with a
Mm-hmm.
really severe brain cancer. So
I'd have
it's
to believe
not
that.
it's sad, but it's not surprising because like she's
Mm-hmm.
been sort of fighting it for a while, and it was one of those things where it's wasn't completely it wasn't the type of cancer where it's like, okay, we can remove it. It was a terminal form. It was a matter of we can do these treatments and you get more life, and like so, like very sad, but expected. And it also feels like when she first announced that she had been told she only had like a year, and I want to say that was 2 to 3 years ago. So she, again, like it's sad and it's not good, but she got a little bit longer than they told her she was going to get. So I always try to,
I feel
when
like
somebody
this looks more
passes,
like Chapel than Rand because of the hairstyle.
try to focus on that side of it. Like she got a little bit longer than they told her she would get. So
Yeah, Rand always had the like updo, and that's not what they did in the
Yeah.
book for some reason.
yeah,
Can I just make her Chapel?
well, that's the thing though.
Can I
Chapel in
cross it
this
out
picture
and make
has
it
like a
Chapel?
bob.
Yeah, and this girl has a bob.
This coloring book was done in 1979, so I don't know if like this is what they looked like in the movie because I forwarded through that movie a few times to get to where um the bald lady
Yeah, the bald and
at the
beautiful.
end. Yeah, no, like that. Well, I brought that on that episode we did of Star Trek stuff where I have the 12-inch Miko doll of her, and it literally says the bold, bald, and beautiful. It
Hmm.
should be a great soap opera, I think.
Should I
But
just, which, Johnny, should I just make her Chapel?
I sure.
well, aren't they both blonde anyway?
Yeah, but they both the thing that's getting me is they both have red, and I feel like that's a lot of red.
No.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. But
So I want to even it out.
you do you.
Okay.
yeah, it's
I
not like
will. I will.
you're going to be judged on screen accuracy.
They certainly weren't.
I mean, I post anytime I cross post any of the Barbie and the Rockers stuff on TikTok.
Hmm.
I've got somebody in the comments like, I think you mean Gem. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure this is not Gem, but thanks.
Thanks for
Thank you.
mansplaining.
I posted a Gem video yesterday. Please go and look. Like, I know on the internet you kids don't know this stuff, but I'm
Youths.
trying to educate you here, kids.
The damn youths.
And
Damn you.
if you're gonna actually me, please actually me like accurately, so that you don't look like an idiot. So
Idiot sandwich.
I
just
did
love
a
that
Hello
clip.
Kitty for Christmas, and she's sitting like the bus driver in Hello Kitty is like a goat or something. And so they had him playing Santa Claus, and I posted that on TikTok, and some lady was like, "Why is Satan playing Santa Claus?" And I'm like, there are two ways I could go with
Oh
this. And do you remember
my
that
god.
meme where it was like a picture of Taylor Swift, and somebody was like, "This is my cousin Becky, and she
Oh
died
yeah.
from drugs and stuff," and somebody's like, that's Taylor Swift," and the response from the original meme, no, that's Becky. So I literally was like, so I was like, I'm gonna go that route, and I just replied, no, that's a character from Hello Kitty. I was like, I'm not even not going there,
That's funny.
people. Like, no,
Not not touching that with a
it
10-inch
just cracks
pole.
me up that why is Satan? It's like, oh my god, like come on, guys.
Hail Satan.
Don't make me educate you on the difference between Satan and Baphomet. Like, I can do it.
Mm.
But it's not. That's not why I'm on TikTok, people. I'm not here to
You're
correct
gonna
you
learn today.
on different deities. That would be a fun channel, though. Oh, hello.
Would be entertaining.
Welcome.
For sure.
And thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that much. Hopefully you will find enjoyable
Smack that
things.
like, smack that subscribe,
Yeah.
smack that bell icon.
And then Todd, hello. You sort of made it. Yep. Lucky. Thank you for popping in, Todd. I'm glad you're here. And then let's see, Rolando, we said hello. And then we got the new subscriber, Anime Figure Statue Collector. Excellent. And then, exactly. Like, trust me. Hasbro wishes that Barbie and the Rockers had been Gem, because that's part of what tanked Gem, was that Mattel did its thing where it's like, let's introduce a toy line that will prevent your toy line from being successful. Because it's really hard, you know, because even if a Barbie line doesn't sell well, the other 30 Barbie lines will, so. Yeah. But yeah. So.
Indeed.
Welcome to TikTok. You know, TikTok is weird.
Yeah,
you're not on TikTok anymore, are you, Kayla?
No. Like, pretty much, like, late 2020, I finally went on there, and it just, it's great. Like, it's great for a lot of reasons, because you can find a lot of people you relate to, and, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, silly, fun, helpful content, and, like, literally content of all kinds. Like, I mean, essentially just, like, YouTube. But, you know, in smaller doses. But, yeah, it just got to the point where once I moved in early 2021, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm, like, too obsessed with this, you know?
Yeah.
Essentially.
I was having that problem with TikTok, and then I started posting videos, and then it's like, I engage way less now that I put stuff up over there.
Yeah,
so
I was posting some very cringe things. No one try to find me. I'm privated anyways. It is.
Kayla cringe? Like, no.
Yeah, so cringe. It was fun though. Like, it was a fun outlet, especially when, like, there was.
I was on there last
Michael
night,
from Toy Habits is calling me.
I was gonna say, did something happen? Because it went completely silent.
Yeah. Okay, one sec.
No worries. Yeah, I was on TikTok last night watching videos about JoJo Siwa. I think that's how you say her name. Who I had no idea who that was, because she's apparently a child influencer who's now an adult, and she created gay pop. So.
Didn't she have a Disney show?
I don't know that she had a TV. She was on Dance Moms. Like, I literally did a internet deep dive. Well, not an actual, like a TikTok, and just, it was a lot. I'm just like, wow, like all of the stuff that happened that I had no idea was happening in the world.
Derek
she apparently had this big
passionate.
side ponytail thing happening, and she created gay pop apparently. So.
Yeah, Derek is apparently very passionate about that. He said in all caps, she created a whole new genre, Allison.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, hello, Andrew. Gady's Toys, also great content. His Teddy Ruxpin video he dropped yesterday about the lack of ladies in Teddy Ruxpin's vintage toy line. Very good. Go check it out. Also, all of his other content about the female and lady action figures we did not get in the 80s. One of my favorite channels. Literally, it's like somebody was like, what content does Allison need and want? And then Andrew is making it. Which is good, because that means I don't have to make it. I'm already making most of the content I want and not getting, so I can't do it all, people. But yeah. Yeah, I don't remember, like, Chapel is pretty mousy in this picture, and I don't remember her ever having sort of this mousy look to her, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't have likeness rights for her.
Or didn't feel like securing them at all.
Yeah, well, I also, like, I've tried to sort of look into, because obviously if they were doing these, it was in conjunction with media, and most of the pictures are from the motion picture, so I don't know if they were just using whatever was in the kit and she wasn't in there, but I don't also know why, because I don't, was she in the movie?
Chapel wasn't. No, not that I recall.
Okay. So yeah, it's a little bit of a head scratcher that she would be in here with her not being, but they also don't use either the any of the new movie characters. Like we don't get the bald, brash, beautiful,
Elena or Decker.
yeah, we don't get Decker either in any of these books. And there's like 5 or 6 of them. I have all of them in PDF now.
You know, it's interesting. What I thought was interesting was like, you have the page with McCoy and Chapel.
Yeah.
Kayla has Rand and Ahura. I have Scott and Sulu. There's a page that also has Captain Kirk with the name. There's no page like this for Spock, where it says Mr. Spock.
It is, but this is also the book that you and I did that picture of Spock from last time. I'm wondering if maybe they just forgot to drop his name into it.
Yeah, this one.
Or they were just like, people know who Spock is. He's got the ears.
Yeah.
Make sure you know who these other people are. It's probably in Shatner's contract, and the book had to have him labeled at least once. I know Shatner. Andrew, what I will say to this, Andrew, is I think I mentioned this last time you were on here that a lot of sort of these fringe side storylines that don't get a lot of love, you will get some amazing responses to those. Something like G.I. Joe might get technically more views, but like I have found in general when I am doing pages or something on one of the more obscure side storylines, it gets way more interaction. People are commenting, people are more active on them. So my recommendation to anyone making sort of any sort of content that intersects with toys and 80s properties is, yeah, you got to sort of do the big guns, but also like dig into those little side niche products and the properties that you don't hear as much about, because there are people out there who love those things and remember them, and they will enjoy hearing from somebody who enjoys them and loves them just as much. So every time I post a Golden Girl coloring page, I get lovely comments, I get new subscribers, because there's just not a lot of people paying attention to some of these fun toy lines. So anyway, but yeah, you gotta feed the algo. Yeah, exactly. And it does have Henry fussing a little. So yeah, there's a big market for kids swearing, as anyone I send reels to on Instagram knows. So, have you had that happen yet, Johnny, where somebody starts just sending you constant Instagram reels all night, all day?
Not constant. I get some from Kayla will send me stuff from time to time, and my friend Dawn does, but not like nothing I would say that would be like constant.
Well, you heard that, internet. Johnny needs more reels in his life. You can find him at
I don't
Lucia
know if
Johnny.
I'd say that.
It's too late. I already said it's going to happen. It's a deal. And you'll wake up and there will be like 30 different reels from one person. I mean, it's probably going to be me, just saying, but at the same time. Oh, there we go. It will be exciting to put all of these pencils into this thing because this box is ridiculous. Alright. Also, this uniform they have Chapel in doesn't quite look like any of them, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go.
It sort of looks like her medical dress, but
Well, it has a very like 1979 weird collar thing happening, so it's just, I don't know. Like, I looked up a bunch of her costumes, and the top 7 results were crappy AI art.
jeez.
Google, please stop. Because it's also not helpful. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of AI art anyway, but like, I need it to actually be the real picture of stuff. Google. But, so I'm just gonna sort of do whatever with it, and hopefully it's close enough that nobody who watches this and loves Star Trek is offended by the choice I made for her outfit. So let them be offended because earlier I talked smack about Star Trek. So. I should get the ukulele and start writing my apology song. Although it's packed under stuff right now. So. Oh wow, you're almost done, Johnny.
Yeah, this one went by pretty quickly, actually.
It happens sometimes. Is that the only one you printed out?
Yes, but I discovered that apparently I printed this one.
Oh yeah, I've got that one too in case I finish because we printed it out for last time. So.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so if I finish that, I'm going to move to that one. I definitely won't finish that one today, but if I were going quicker, I'd probably already be done with this, but I'm just taking my time.
Well, unlike, this one had so much different stuff to do in different colors. This, you have such a big block of this is the shirt color and then black for the pants.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not as much. I mean, you could make some background, but there's just not as much happening in that one. It's sort of the same with this one. I mean, there's this cool computer bank thing in the back. But otherwise, there's just... Which is cool. Like, sometimes I don't finish even one of these on a stream, so I like being able to finish at least one picture during the course. So. I would say Earthworm Jim next, and then do, if you can spread Golden Girl out, that might be, but I don't know if you can or not. So
there's one thing I always remember from the Earthworm Jim games is one of the power-ups you picked up, it always go, plasma!
It's true. Oh yeah. It kind of does. You're right. There's very much a like and come back to my place later, sir. We make calculations.
I was trying to
is
look
it?
at pictures
it?
of Scotty and Sulu to figure out like the difference in like skin tone because
Yeah.
like Scott Doohan's Canadian and
Yep.
obviously Takei is Japanese, but
Yep.
everybody was tanning so much they all looked like their skin tone is the same.
Yeah, he's 60 Scotty is kind of orange. He's got the well, not even spray tan. It would have been real. It was just like put on some baby oil and go outside for an hour. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Sulu's kind of the same.
Yes, I also wonder how much of that is color correction because it would have gone through a lot more of a process back then with how they process film.
Well, but even like I'm even looking at like pictures of Sulu from the movie era. He's very tan. So George must have liked his tanning.
Well, you know, as you do. Yeah, I went and looked at skin tones as well, and I'm like, oh, they're both really pasty. It'll be easy.
Yeah.
Although I've given her way more color than any of the pictures have. But. I'm still working on my Asian skin tones. Other than Sulu, there's not a lot. Barbie and the Rocker, she had one of the band members is Asian, Dana. She's non-denominational Asian. They never say like, oh, she's Korean or she's Chinese or she's, like she's just Asian. But I still haven't figured out a good Asian skin tone. There aren't a lot of tutorials even on YouTube for it, so it's kind of just trial and error. So I should probably do some more Sulu so I can at least practice a little bit. Because it bugs me when I don't know how to do a skin tone. Like, I don't know. That's one of the things I like is skin tones, because that's really where, for me, the pictures start really coming alive sometimes. Sadly, 80s storylines did not have a lot of Asian representation. And when they did, they were ninjas and they had masks. So, except Snake Eyes, who apparently was not a real ninja. He was a white guy who became a ninja.
Right.
Okay, Michael wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hey,
Hi, Mike.
what is up, guys?
Not much.
So
What are you
random.
doing, Michael?
She asked how you're doing.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just running some errands. I sold something, so I had to buy a big box from the U-Haul store because I didn't have a box big enough. But I am almost home. I'm just going to eat lunch and relax for the rest of the day.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
She says excellent. All right.
Of course.
I'll let you go.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you.
You too.
Hello, Johnny, as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Bye.
Michael from Toy Habits, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
One
Sorry
of my
about
favorite
that.
toy tubers. No, it's fine. If you're gonna get interrupted and have to take a call, Michael it's
Yeah.
Michael, so.
That's what I figured. I was like, we haven't talked in a while.
No, Michael's he's gonna pick a few things up for me at San Diego Comic-Con, so
Same.
let him interrupt all he needs to, because I don't want to
Yeah.
anger him and not have those toys happen. We love you,
Yep.
Michael.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah, we were there together trying to get our badges, and him and Toy Sorceress were lucky to get them, and I wasn't, but I still had a way to get in, but I just decided not to do it this year.
It's a lot. Like, I
It is.
briefly a few months ago was like, well, maybe I'll go this year. And then I just sort of started looking over and I'm like, no. Maybe next year though, depending on, we're also looking to purchase cohabitation places. So like a house or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So like right now, San Diego Comic-Con is not an expense that I can justify this
Yeah,
year. Next year
totally.
will be different because by then we should have something and be moved, and it'll fall at a good time for like, oh my god, we've moved. It's a lot. I need to get out of here for a
Get
bit.
out of here.
Let me go to
Get the
San
F out of
Diego
here.
Comic Con because nothing
Yeah,
is
a nice
better when
relaxing weekend.
there's nothing more relaxing. Well, I mean, and in San Diego, like nothing good ever happens in San Diego. So
Yes, it does. What are you talking about?
okay, I'm just
I love
saying.
San Diego.
It's not
It's
my favorite
awesome.
place. Of all the places I've been in California, San Diego is sort of the lower end of what I enjoyed.
Really
No.
interesting. I love the
I
vibes
preferred
there.
Apple
It's
Valley,
just
ironically.
I don't even know. Do you mean Silicon Valley?
Huh?
Do you mean Silicon Valley?
No, Apple Valley. Up where they film The Hills Have Eyes. So
Okay. No, I love the vibes of San Diego. I always have.
I just remember San
Um,
Diego being very humid and
yeah, it's
sticky.
weirdly humid.
It was sticky.
Only around Comic Con for some reason. uh, yeah, that's the thing too, Todd. If you get an actual hotel for Comic Con, it's stupid expensive. Like that's cheap. Like that's actually cheap. I mean, a lot of people split it and like, you know, bunk in rooms together, but like I've always been lucky that I can stay with people when I go, which helps, and I've always used like my airline points to fly down there, but just like, you know, transportation to and from places, food, and then of course all the things you buy, it just like really adds up. Cuz like it's like, you know, you're basically there for at least a week. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But it's fun. And I will have FOMO, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be.
I think I'm making McCoy a little bit more tan than he actually was at this time, but it's okay.
Okay, I've finished The People. The People have been finished.
Oh, nice. I'm going to put you full screen. Just a second.
I don't know.
There we
This
go.
lighting. Really?
That's it.
Can you focus? Hello? I don't know why it's not
Very
focusing.
nice.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
well, when Kayla's done with this, she's
Okay.
filming a scene for the Saw movies, everyone. So the lighting is perfect. So.
Exactly. I'm gonna cross out Yeoman Rand and put Nurse Chapel now.
And then really quickly, Johnny, I'm going to throw you solo layout so everyone can see where you are. Very nice. What is the little stuffed animal next to you?
It's Moopsy
Oopsie.
Aw,
from Lower Decks.
nice.
Dicks.
It's very Star Trek.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
Wow, this
Um,
is the shittiest block letters I've ever done.
and that's,
I'm not
that's
gonna
what I-
bother with the wall behind Scotty because it would just be all gray. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave
there's
it
no
white.
Yeah.
point in. I think it's
Yeah.
probably cooler if you just leave it as is. So
Yeah, I agree.
that's what I'm gonna do. And plus, there are floating letters and stuff behind it.
Yeah,
Also ignore the barking dog.
I will be right back.
How dare you,
Uh-oh.
Johnny?
We'll never see Johnny again. He just said, I'll be right back.
I'll be back.
And Ghostface
Alright.
is gonna get him.
There.
Either that or
I
Moby.
rewrote Nurse Chapel.
Oh, wait. Oh, getting crunk. It must be 2006 where you are.
Kronk is a dance move and it's a state of mind.
Nice. See? No, nothing wrong with that. I think San Diego Comic Con is like a whole, like, it's a state of mind, and if you're not there, that's cool. Like, I want to go once, probably just to get the experience of it, and
Yeah.
probably like that'll be the year Moby is there, and then he and I can throw down in person instead of just me throwing shade on the internet. And he'll be like, I don't understand why you hate me. And it's like, you'll never know now, Moby. And then, like, push him down some stairs. So. And then he'll wake up with amnesia and he'll forget he's a terrible person and makes terrible music. And he'll go on and he'll become, like, a Spanish missionary and he'll, like, do good in the world for a change. And everyone will be like, Allison gave us that. So.
Yeah, Chris, yeah, it's definitely a little anxiety inducing if you haven't been. I think what helped me was I like went to San Diego when Comic-Con was happening before I first went, like without going to Comic-Con itself. And that just like gave me an idea of what to expect. And it just like completely takes over the entire town, which is really fun. Especially like when you go to restaurants and they have like all different themes and stuff. Like it's really cool. And then once you're there, like you really just pretty much immediately get the feeling like, oh, we're all nerds here. Like these are my people. There's not like jocks. There's not like, you know, I mean, there's still gonna be assholes, but like, you know, there's not those people that like bullied us growing up there. If that makes any sense. Like we're all there because we're big old nerds and geeks of all of these things. So it's like a really great environment overall. And like I think if you approach it from the mindset of like you're gonna have fun no matter what happens, then you're gonna have fun. Yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
great. It's great. Oh my god.
But you went last year
Glee.
and like had all those adventures, so
Yeah, I got very lucky that I've made friends with people that can just like get me in places. And like I randomly, even though we don't talk about Funko, I did go to Funko Fun Days and like that was a lot of fun, even though yeah, I don't really care about Funko. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And just having like yeah, that experience in general was cool. Yeah. There's like yeah, you can like always find a way to have fun there just cuz there's literally so much going on. Like there's something for everyone there cuz like I've been able to like bring friends that live down there in and like they're not necessarily people that like go to Comic Cons and they've still like had a lot of fun cuz yeah, there's just really something for everyone. And that's my spiel. Johnny, are you done?
Pretty close. I think I need to make both of their skin a little darker, but other than that.
I'm coloring buttons.
Button. Who's got the button?
Buttons. It's gonna be my own.
The jolly, candy-like button.
What is that from?
Ren and Stimpy. It's the history eraser button.
that's
Like,
something
should
that
I notice?
I haven't thought about Ren and Stimpy in a really long time.
I should do an orange button.
Is that like still a show that is on, or is that off the air now?
It's off the air, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they're making new ones. They tried to do they did a revival on Spike TV that was like, so one of the things about Ren and Stimpy, I think, that made it great was they tried to make it as like edgy and adult as possible that Nickelodeon would let them. So they had restraints that they had to work around.
Yeah.
But then they put it on Spike TV as like go nuts.
Gotcha.
And then it just gets like
fuckery.
You know, like it gets. I don't know. It gets cringy when they're like. It's not the same. It just
Yeah,
wasn't
like
the same.
it helps when there are limits.
Yeah.
Some things work better when like they can't just actually go there.
Just do what.
Someone
Yeah.
needs to
When you
smoke
have
outside.
like limitations that you have to work within, sometimes it helps, like spark creativity rather than just.
Yeah, well, if you have to be creative about it in general. So, I didn't watch a lot of Ren and Stimpy. That my brother and his friends really would watch all of that. But
I used to have the cassette tape with songs. That and Animaniacs. Animaniacs had a whole cassette full of the songs that they sang
I
in the show.
was
Maniac.
see, I was way more into Animaniacs.
And
Slappy the
then,
Squirrel, like I felt connected to her, like.
And Ren and Stimpy had one too with like, it's log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
I do remember that. But
And
that
then-
sort of went beyond just the show, like that.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
Yeah.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. Diddle-dee-doo. I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Welcome
I'm
to
Stinky
Johnny,
Wizzleteeks.
Oh my god.
Entertaining. Its finest.
I also probably watched too much Beavis and Butthead back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Fire.
Classic. I don't know what to like color this. Like, what
Yeah,
color are you?
it's weird. I don't leave before the encore, but I don't stay specifically for the encore. I stay because everyone else starts leaving. So there are less people if I just wait till the end at this point. So it's sort of the same thought, but it's not because, you know. The last concert I went to was, I think, The Cure. Yeah, it was The Cure. I mean, they saved the songs you wanted to hear for the encore because otherwise nobody was really there for the new stuff. I wasn't. I didn't realize they were still doing newish music. They're like, this is from the new one. I'm like, you have a new one? What? No. I didn't come here for new stuff. This is The Cure. The Cure.
The Cure.
All right, I think I'm done.
Excellent.
Good job, Johnny. I'm just doing random colors
Thank
because I don't want to
you.
color this whole thing gray.
Do solo
Seems
layout
boring.
really quick.
Beautiful.
Excellent. That's very good, Johnny. Excellent.
10
Very
points for Gryffindor.
Nice job.
So proud.
I guess I'll start.
Yeah, you might as well, because I mean, it could be almost another year before I have you back. So, by then we'll probably have a lost coloring book or something at that point.
Yes.
I actually
Yeah.
tried to look and see if there was one. I couldn't find one.
Yeah, I haven't found one either, but it is the
Doesn't-
20th anniversary, so maybe.
Okay, I need to yell at dog. Hold, please.
A coloring book full of Kate being like awful.
Oh God, tell me about
Ew, look on Kate. Ew.
Okay, but at least she's hot.
Yeah, I guess. Her personality ruins it. You'd be pretty if not
It's
for your
funny because,
personality.
like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, shitty things she does, but also, like, yes, she is a badass, she, like, gets a lot of shit done, and at the same time, she still makes a lot of stupid decisions, especially, like, we just talked about in Hunting Party, like, her
Right.
following them to originally find Michael, and then they run into the others, so it's, like, but she's still, like, she's, like, a good friend to Sun, and, like, she's, you know, still a good friend, like, she helped Claire deliver the baby.
I
Like
will
there's
say I
still some
liked.
redeeming qualities. Like she's not all bad, and I think that's the whole point. It's just like humans, like we're not perfect. Like you know,
I
I think
liked
it
her a
makes her
lot
more
more
realistic.
in the earlier seasons. Toward the end, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, it colors everything now. Like after I stopped liking the character, so
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
I
did
haven't liked
originally
her from
like
the
her a
jump.
lot.
Yes, we know, Johnny. Tell us how you really feel.
But
She's
by the end of
100%
it, I was
awful.
just not a fan. It's like, nope, can't do it.
I will say, rewatching it now, her acting is definitely not the best. That is for sure. But yeah, I definitely liked her as a child because I was like, oh, I'm
That
not
sounds like
straight.
it would be fun
Okay.
to talk. It was actually Chris. It was actually a pretty good show. So, um, despite my shade
Chaotic
about the new stuff,
bisexuals.
it was actually a pretty good show. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
And there is something really remarkable about a huge arena full of old people, myself included, who all, everyone jumped up when this songs came on that we're all expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty sure the lady behind me was going to accidentally fall down and go bouncing down like the
Oh
stadium
no.
seating because she was
Oh
really getting
no.
into it, and we didn't. It's not like there's that. It's like it's got this much space under you. I was
Mm-hmm.
just convinced she was going to like get too enthusiastic and go flying, and I'm just like, I looked to the person I was with, and I'm like, if she falls, I'm just going to duck. I'm not going to try to catch her because no. Like if she dies, like that's tragic and I'll be sad, but I'm not going to get drugged along with her. I don't want my obituary to be like died at the cure.
Could you imagine? That would be a way to go.
And then I was like, and I told the person I was with, and it's like, and just think about it. Every time pictures of you come on now, you're going to think about how I died during the song. It's going to be really sad.
Boy. So what's been going on in the toy world? I've been very out of it still.
It's weird.
Are there
I don't
any
know.
exclusives I need from Comic Con? Because I don't know of anything.
Let's see. They're doing cartoon collections. Too bad. From Masters of the Universe. So it's got.
Mattel is.
I'm sorry.
Mattel is.
Yeah, Mattel is doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Then the loyal subjects are doing some strawberry shortcake and rainbow bright stuff, and that's what Michael is picking up some strawberry shortcake stuff for me.
Cool.
They're doing a vintage inspired strawberry shortcake and a vintage inspired plum pudding.
Cute.
So that's because, and I think the loyal subjects are also going to make that available through like Big Bad Toy Store, I think. But also that's not until like August. Like they're going to get it much later, whereas Michael's going to be able to get them at Comic-Con for me, and I don't want to wait. And like much like Paula Cole, I don't want to wait for my life to be over to get my strawberry shortcake stuff. So the Mattel stuff, the Too Bad, I'm just gonna get that through Mattel Creations. I'm not as enthusiastic. I mean, like the comic collection stuff has been nice, but I don't feel. It's not like with Motherboard where it's like I was really excited for Motherboard.
Yeah. I got Johnny his
I think
mommy board.
I think if they were doing some Princess of Power stuff, I would be really excited about it. But I don't know. It's not that I'm burnt out on Mattel Masters of the Universe or Origins. It's like too bad Cartoon Collection isn't quite if it were the Origins version, I would be mad that they were making it an exclusive, of course. But I would be way more into that. Cartoon Collect, I just wasn't as big of a Filmation fan. I was always more about the toy line as a kid. So I preferred the toy looks to the cartoon looks. So,
Johnny,
Yeah.
do you think, is there anything else I should get from Comic Con? Try to get people to get for me.
I haven't really even paid attention to what the exclusives are. I know the Too Bad, that's like the only thing that I'm like, hey, I need that.
Are you still doing Origins, Johnny?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of, ironically, I'm not quite as out of the loop as you've been, Kayla, but I'm also kind of just not. I don't know. It's weird. Like once once you start, it sounds almost cliche to say, but once you start making content, like that just kind of, and since I'm not making toy news content, like I'm just not as on top of it as I was before. I'm just trying to get my stuff. And I have that research job, and that, like now that that job is, like moving beyond Masters of the Universe, I'm researching toy lines I don't know as much about. So, like it's actually a little bit, it's exciting because it's stuff I don't know about as much. But that's sort of like my bandwidth for toy stuff is sort of learning about these toy lines and doing these deep dives on them.
Yeah.
And they're all old toy. It's not like they're new toy lines. So like I'm kind of out, but also since that's never necessarily been my focus here, other than like the strawberry shortcake and Motu stuff. The rest of it is kind of.
Damn it.
I mean, the Cantina thing was pretty good, but I stopped listening to that because I was just tired of all the negativity. It's like, if you don't want it, don't buy it. But like having to hear 30 different channels with 30 different people with 30 different guests complaining about everything they didn't like about it for like a month, it was tedious. So
did you back it?
I did not. I was going to, but because we're looking into buying a house, I felt like, let me pay down some of my debt. Like I want to be in a good place when it comes time to like start dealing with banks and stuff for the financing of the house. So having like a $400 charge sitting on a credit card for a giant play set with no roof or floor, it just didn't seem like the right idea right now, which is too bad. It's a timing thing. I wanted to, and I came really close to it, but then I was just like, it's just not. I may end up having to buy it on the aftermarket and spending way more than I would have if I would have backed it, but right now this is what makes sense for where we are. So, you got to adult
That's
sometimes.
Fair.
And plus I'm getting strawberry shortcake stuff from San Diego Comic-Con. So... yeah, I didn't not back it though because of like all the reasons people who weren't backing it, like with big opinions, weren't. It came down to finances right now. What was the smartest financial choice for me to make? So,
why is Origins a pain to collect?
I'm sorry?
Derek said that yesterday's podcast. I love the line, but it's a pain. Why is it a pain to collect?
Same. Same, Todd. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
The only thing with Origins that makes it a pain sometimes is the exclusives. Like Lord Grasp and Terror or Walmart exclusives, although I'm not terribly interested in them. If I see them, I'll get them, but I don't think that I'll be heartbroken if I don't ever pick them up. I would like to have everything so that my collection is complete, but
right.
You know, between Origins and Cartoon Collection and Turtles of Grayskull, like I'm kind of tapped.
Yeah,
Like, that's it.
Turtles of Grayskull for me is like pick and choose, especially if it's a turtle character. Lord Grasp and Terror, I definitely want, but I also like. I'm really a big fan of sort of the 1980, the Lost Wave that they came from the vintage line.
Yeah.
So it was like them, and I have the Snake Trooper. I've got Slamurai. So I want them, and I want them to release Strobo and Plasmar, and I think if they do Strobo and Plasmar, that's all of them. I need to double check, but they have all the parts for Strobo now that they've done Cyclone, and Plasmar uses parts from Hero and from Rio Blast, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get both of those. So Plasmar should happen. So, you know, the Lord Goss terror situation was ridiculous and upsetting. And the way that toy collecting can be upsetting. So I don't care for that. That a lot of my excitement for Origins had kind of start dying after that situation.
What I've found to be more of a pain than Origins is the WWE Superstars, because the wrestling line that uses the Origins buck,
Yeah.
like I've had a really hard time, especially the latest waves, finding some of them, and I haven't seen, like, my Walmart still has the Roddy Piper and actually I think it's just Piper, which is like from the first or second wave.
Oh wow. I've from that particular. I got the. Is it is his name Papa Shangelo? I think.
Papa Shango.
Yeah, that I got him
Yeah.
because he was cool, and I've stuck him with like the Evil Warriors.
Yeah,
but
I can
I'm
see
not.
him fitting in.
I'm not really, like, I don't know a lot about wrestling. That was not my jam. All I know about 80s wrestling is what I learned from Cyndi Lauper videos. So I know
I was gonna say.
Albano.
I actually got the Captain Lou Albano figure. They haven't done any women in that line yet.
They have
but
not.
If they do, I can imagine that, because they did Muhammad Ali too.
Yeah.
There's a Muhammad Ali figure in there. They did Captain Lou Albano. I could see them doing. They did Mr. T. That's a lot of the rock and wrestling folks. I could see if they do any women doing Cyndi Lauper.
That would be cool, and I would definitely be down for that. It would be nice if
I want to do women.
It would be cool if they did some ladies for that line, because they although it does use the same buck, they also do some new tooling over there. Like there's that big chunky buck over there, which I need to get.
Yeah.
Get one of the chunky buck figures so that I can make some customs. I wanna
Captain Lou's on that buck. So far, I think it's Captain Lou Albano, Earthquake, and Typhoon.
Yeah,
the wrestlers.
Typhoon is the one that I keep
and
waiting
Big Van Vader.
But because I want to do, I've got a couple extra pig heads, and I'm gonna put one of the pig heads on the chunky buck and paint it, and I'm gonna call it Big Boar. So. Yep, see? Just picture it with a pig head on it, and it would be called Big Boar.
I'm sad no one laughed at my joke.
Yeah, see, and Todd, this is a good point. Todd's making there are a lot of people who have sort of moved over to classified, so.
Actually, yeah. I was really into classified, but that last year or two, I remember them saying we need to do all of these or you're not going to get them. Like that, it's exhausting. Like they kind of exhausted me out of collecting classified.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it has been a lot of releases. I'm only, I cherry pick classified. It's the ladies and my favorite characters from the 80s. And they have not, I'll be getting Raptor They haven't announced Crystal Ball yet, so but I will definitely get Crystal Ball when they announce him. That is one of my favorite characters. And a lot of people think he's ridiculous and dumb, but there's something really cool about a character Stephen King and Owen Hill created for vintage G.I. Joe. And I thought so when I was a kid.
Allison, what pencils would be best for Ahora's skin?
For a Horace, let's see. That's a good question.
I lost another tip.
I'm gonna start calling you Bobbit, Kayla.
Why? Why?
John Bobbit, Lorena Bobbit.
What?
You don't? Do you not know that?
Goodness.
You're gonna be like, oh yeah, the news story in like, what was it? Was it the late '80s, early '90s, where she cut
Early
off her husband's
90s,
she cut off her
Okay.
husband's junk?
because he was abusive to her.
You keep
Okay, so-
losing tips.
So for
Oh my god, I just lost 2 more.
I just lost one too, and I hardly ever lose tips. So
I think just regular.
So I just sort of testing these. I would say probably light brown.
It's just the red.
Yeah. Some of
For
the
Ahura's skin, I'm limited on my colored pencils because I just
Yeah.
picked them up. I used brown and light brown. Like,
Yeah, I'm
plain and
thinking-
simple. I blended them. It
I'm
actually worked
thinking
pretty well.
light brown, and if you have it, the light brown and the tan would probably be pretty good. Just sort
Yeah,
of blending
sometimes I
those
go
right
over
here.
it with tan.
So that's what the. Not that I'll probably get to it because I'm still. Well, I don't know. I might. We still got about.
I'm
30
literally just
minutes.
coloring the letters.
But and I am close to done. It's like some pants and some stuff in the background. It feels really weird doing Dr. McCoy's jump.
That's how I felt about Ahura's boobs.
Because the way they're folded it's just these pants are it's very suggestive. I'm just like the boob here. It's just sort of a boob swell. It was fine. It shouldn't be a
Losing
problem.
red
I
is
do
a Star
masters-
Trek tradition.
I do masters of the universe all the time, and they're like in furry shorts or whatever. So like, and I put nipples on He-Man often when I color him. But for whatever reason, this is weirding me out.
Like,
with McCoy's crotch.
Look how much shorter red is compared to.
Oh my god! Yeah, I've had that.
And that's
I
a
just
brand
bought
new
these.
box,
It's a
yeah.
brand
Once
new.
they start breaking,
I was gonna say some of the pigments that they use make the core where the actual color is brittle. Like the metallics are especially like that. Gold and silver are really prone to breaking and just crumbling. And
I had it
guess
happen with,
red is probably one of those too.
the blue.
Mhm.
And in general, like a lot of pencils, the blue pigments tend to be. With Prismacolor, I have one blue color that just. It's also sort of this dark blue like this, but it will also break a lot. So I don't know if it's just particularly certain shades of blue do not translate well to pencil form or what. But
Yeah, clearly the red hates me. Clearly.
and it's like I'm trying to hurry through his crotch, and it's just like taking forever. Like I'm
That's
just
what
like,
they
this is
said.
never. Like I've never, not even on like a Friday night when there's alcohol involved, has it taken this long to get through someone's crotch. So anyway,
There's so many. That's what they said here. So
Anyway.
many. So many. Oh my god, I should have made her Nurse Chapel Rowan. Damn it. That was such a missed opportunity.
Nurse what? Nurse Chapel Ron?
Rowan,
Rowan?
singer.
possibly.
Oh, I don't know.
Johnny, where have you been?
Not
Under a
listening
rock?
to pop music.
Yeah, but she's like
No.
an icon now.
Nah,
I
never
saw
heard of
her in theater. Oh my god, she's like huge.
Mm-mm.
Andrew Gady's Toys. Please tell me you've heard of her.
Who is it?
Chapel Rowan.
Oh yeah, I watched this Pink Pony Palace or
Mhm.
some such.
Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how I
I
first heard,
watched
because
it.
that song was on some show I was watching like years ago, and then I got hooked on her, and I saw her in concert with Fletcher in like November 2022, and now she's just like completely blown up this year.
Yeah. So you,
Sorry, go ahead.
which is cool. You got to see her before she blew up. So
Yeah.
that happened
I
to
was-
me with Dido.
Ooh.
I
good
saw
one.
her at Lilith Fair when she was like on one of the side stages, and then
Mhm.
she did like this little tiny club tour, and I went and saw her on that. And like the week that we got those tickets was the week that like that song, not Thank You, but the other one, the one that was the opening song for Roswell.
I loved Roswell.
It's a really good show.
It was
It was like
fucking
right when
good.
that song hit. And,
Yeah.
so like everyone was trying to get, and me and my friend Anna had tickets to it. She wanted to go because she was very much into Dido, and was like, I think she might be into girls too. And I'm like, I don't know if she is, but let's go anyway. And so we went and
Yeah.
got our stuff signed. And I will say it was one of my least favorite celebrity meetings that I've had.
Oh no.
She was not, and you know, like I get, you know, you've just gone up on stage, you've done like a almost 3 hour show, like you're now having to meet and greet, but it does not take very much to just smile and say, you know, like sign my shit and say thank you. I mean, she literally has a song called Thank You, and she
Yeah.
couldn't even, and I just, and again, we weren't that far. I felt bad for the people behind me because I'm like, if she was this unenthusiastic for us, and we're not even in the middle of the line, we're like toward the front.
Oh jeez, yeah.
You know, and she may have
That's
just
too
been having a
bad.
bad. Yeah, and you know, like I tried
Yeah.
to.
Like they're human at the end of the day.
They are, but at the same time, girl.
You're getting paid.
And then after that, her career didn't really take off, and I'm just like, huh, like. I mean, she did all right.
You cursed her.
Yeah, I didn't. I felt more bad for Anna than I did for, because I was just like, whatever, like you're not Liz Fair.
Mhm.
That's my barometer, and Liz Fair has always been really nice. Whenever I've insisted she meet me and take a picture with me after a show, like hi Liz, and then I just like sort of cram in there. And this is back before camera phones, where it was like one of the little instant, not the instant, like the disposable cameras.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
selfies where you have to really hold it, and you get it developed, and neither of you are actually in the shot because nobody can tell. So.
Yeah.
But she was always really good about that. And she was a much bigger star than Dido was at the time. So I'm just like,
That's cool.
yeah, no.
Cool.
But I mean, I bought all of Dido's albums even after that. It didn't sour me to her music. I was just like, I'm not going to go see her again live because I'm going to be staring
Yeah.
at her the whole time live thinking, what a self-centered little... And Anna was just so sad. Like, she wanted to meet her. She was going to hit on her. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. But at the same time, like, whatever.
Mhm.
We were in our 20s. It was the 90s. That's what you did. You encouraged your friend to be a little inappropriate with celebrities. But I was more disappointed for her because I was just like, you know. Like,
Yeah.
the tickets were like $30, which in like today's money is like $100.
Yeah.
So we paid a lot for
Easily, or
those tickets.
more.
We had to drive to South Austin. Neither of us lived in South Austin. It was at this little auditorium thing that looks like somebody's old gym. Like it was like an old gymnasium stage looking thing. So it was just like we had to drive. It was not the fun part of Austin. It was like prom. And like prom, we both like didn't quite enjoy it, and she went home alone at the end of it, like she did in Prep. So.
Aw.
But it worked out for her. I found her a girlfriend not long after that.
There you go.
And last I heard, there was a U-Haul involved, and they were living together. This has been 20, 30 years now. Like, so who knows? Like, but the last time
But
we
the
talked,
U-Haul
she
was
was-
after the second date, though, right?
It made it about 3 dates, but that was because the girl I hooked her up with, my other friend, still lived with her ex-girlfriend because they had moved in really quick. So it took 3 or 4 dates for them to move in because like she was a little hesitant after moving in so quickly and then them breaking up and her being stuck living there. So anyway, the 90s.
Wow, I counted wrong.
Ooh, almost done.
Yeah, I'm literally just coloring the letters in. I'm Gucci.
I think it's really weird that McCoy has a pad of paper here.
Yeah, Chapel has a
Yeah.
well, I'm calling her Chapel, but she has a I feel like that makes sense for Chapel to have a why the fuck can't I think of the name of this? Clipboard. Because I feel like she would have it more than Rand would have it.
Well, Rand usually had the tablets that she would bring to Kirk to sign, but it was like an iPad. It wasn't like a clip.
Yeah. That's why I feel like this is actually Chapel and they just fucked up. They done fucked up, Aaron. Hopefully someone out there knows my reference.
Somebody. Okay,
I understand that, Andrew.
What is Orville Peck?
Oh my gosh. Allison. Come
What?
on.
I'm old. I just found out recently who JoJo Siwa was.
Oh god. Well, it's better
And
that
then
you don't know.
and it's something I've regretted it ever since.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
But she discovered gay pop. So
No, she pioneered it.
she created it with her whole
Yes.
mind. She took
Yes.
down her side ponytail thing and gay pop came spilling out. Like
All
some
right.
sort of modern day Athena from Zeus's brow.
Mhm.
Thank you, JoJo Siwa, for giving us gay pop. That's all. Anyway.
Focus.
I mean, at least I figured out who she was in time to get on the hate train with everyone. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like, I can be part of the cultural phenomenon of turning on a child star who's now an obnoxious adult.
Mhm.
Yeah, Brian.
Well, I am done.
I did used to watch Dance Moms, though, but I would watch that and I didn't care about any of the kids. I just feel like, this Abby Lee Miller person is evil.
Yeah, she's bad. She's real bad.
So I'm not respecting who JoJo Seawall is. Seawall.
Yeah. Seawall. Thank you, Todd. Key and Peele. Black Phoenix. We're talking about Orville Peck, the singer. But I appreciate that.
That was a good show. Okay.
Damn it, take some time
Yeah,
off.
okay, so
crotch.
this is the thing. Like, it is kind of Derek's fault about the JoJo Siwa thing because he mentioned it, so I had to check it. and then I was like, oh, wait, they've been making fun of her on TikTok. I just didn't realize it was her. And now,
Yeah.
like, she's just all over the place. So. Oh, let's see. Oh wow, it's 16 minutes till. Time flies once we get to talking smack. I'm just gonna work on
Talking
these
smack.
letters. Because if I try to start something, I won't even come close. And normally I finish whatever I don't finish on stream afterwards over lunch, but I've got some stuff I have to do today. And if I don't finish it today, it won't get finished. And then it just sits there. So I'm gonna work on these letters. And fancy it up a little. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that later today too, Alex. So.
And look up, if you don't know who Chapel Rowan is, look her up. She's amazing. She's amazing. Oh no. So how's it going?
Good.
I'm done, so.
I'm wrapping up too. We'll wrap up a little early today. We don't have to go all the way to
Oh, it's fine.
2 hours. It would be weird to just sit here.
I can just share memes that I find. Like this one. Where'd it just go? Ah, oh, damn it, I lost it. Never mind. Oh, fuck you, Johnny. It was from the new, Captain America Brave New World trailer. And it's like, oh, like, something, Captain America and the Falcon. What about Captain America and the Millennium Falcon? And then it like changes Harrison Ford's outfit.
Oh, okay. I might have heard of that.
Yeah, he's good.
And that makes it sound familiar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, really quick. Let's show the people you have finished work, Kayla. So
Okay.
I
don't know why it really does not want to focus. This camera. Hello.
Your camera, it's just having a day. Sometimes it just I can't focus either sometimes. So.
It's also like making the light all weird. But yes, I made their names. Rainbow. Also, her mouth was really weird, and like she had teeth, so I made it all one mouth, and it made it look even weirder. So, sorry, Ahura, it's not my fault.
No, it's a little weird the way they try.
Now someone else is calling me. Oh my god, no one ever calls me.
You're popular today. Let's see. There we go. Exit. And then, there we go. Let's get Johnny up there. Johnny. Solo play. Good Lord, Johnny, you're quick. That's what she said.
No.
Okay, what? Oh. It would help. There we go.
Yeah, I got most of the second one done too, except for the bank of computer stuff.
It's really good.
This is a much quicker than.
Yeah, well, it's smaller spaces, so.
Well, and also I didn't try to, like, you can still see some of the gaps, like the white of the paper peeking through, because I didn't try to do full coverage like I did with
I'm back.
this one, but I'm happy with how this one came out.
Oh, that's really good. All right, let's see.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Back again.
Oh, there.
Shady's back.
And that is mine. And as always, I'll take a picture of mine later and stick it on social media, Instagram, the usual. I think my mouse I need to charge my mouse because it's being all sluggish. So, anyway. Oh, Alex says they're calling me Kayla. So. All right. So yeah, I think we're all done. It's about 10 minutes early, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. No point in dragging it out because it's Sunday and I know everyone has stuff. And really quickly, let's see, Johnny, where can the people find you?
Lucha Johnny on Instagram, though I haven't posted in like months.
You can follow me at Silver K with 3 Y's as in my whatchamacallit title on here. But you can follow both of us at GTFO channel for all the good shit on Instagram. And we have Trek Retrek every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. And on Fridays, every Friday through the end of September, we're going to be talking about Lost. Johnny has had his cherry popped, and there's no return. 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern.
And then we were supposed to start a restream of the role-playing game show that I run called The Sundered Veil, but we had some issues, so it has been postponed. Episodes 1 to 5 will now restream on Saturday, August 3rd. I think that is correct, because we wanted to avoid streaming on Comic-Con weekend.
Yeah.
So, yes, Saturday, August 3rd, starting at noon Pacific on twitch.tv/dicedthespians. I'll type it in the chat.
Oopsie moopsie.
Yeah, that's what I was technically referring to. I should have just said, tell us about your game internet thing, Johnny. Kayla stepped
Yes,
in.
Todd. It is technically D&D. It's 3.5 edition. The show is called The Sundered Veil. The setting it's a modern urban fantasy. It actually uses the Monty Cook's World of Darkness setting with some tweaking by myself. Some of the first couple episodes are also up on the Diced Thespians YouTube channel. I think episode 1 to 6 is up there. We need to get the other ones on the YouTube. But we will be restreaming the first 5 episodes Saturday, August 3rd at noon. The last 5 episodes of season 1, Saturday, August 10th at noon Pacific. And then season 2, episode 1 will debut Monday, August 12th at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Nice.
And then...
And I'm currently developing season 3, which we'll be recording at some point.
Nice. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. It should let... I think you guys are set up as moderators on the channel. Yeah, you are. So
yeah, we have the wrench.
Yeah, so that should be a active, viable link. So go check it out. And then let's see. Tomorrow I have a video going live at 10 a.m. It is part, I believe, 5 of the Masters of the Universe poster book that I've been coloring from 1982. And then next Friday there is Color and Chill. I believe next Friday is Gem and the Holograms. And then on Saturday I have a mask video. It's Wave 1. Technically it's not a booklet, it's a poster, but I scanned it and then sort of made it into a booklet just for easy internet consumption. More importantly than that, this is the last week of daily coloring shorts every day on YouTube. And so today begins the final countdown. I would sing the song, but I don't want to get copyright struck. But yeah, today Barbie waving goodbye because she's waving goodbye to daily shorts. And then next, I believe the 20th is the last one. So check those out. There's also a playlist on the playlist section of my channel that has all of them. So go check them out. I'm going to assume everyone other than me has missed one or two of them. So yeah, go check those out. They're all there. And after that's over, I'll still do shorts, but it's not going to be every day. It's too much. So anyway, and next Sunday I'll be here with the Toy Sorceress from Toy Habits. So we'll be doing some Super
Yay.
Friends. So anyhow,
Love.
thank you, Kayla and Johnny.
Of
Thank you to
course.
everyone in the
Thank you for
chat.
having us.
I appreciate y'all showing up and having fun with us. I guess we would call this fun. Thank you for hanging out. And we Geek the F Out on my channel with the Geek the F Out crew.
Hell
Until
yeah.
next time, I'm Allison Troy, Wretched Toy Princess out. And now let's see how long it takes for the end stream to end the stream.
Bye.
Peace and long life.
Watch out for snakes.
Bye.